Define those travels as you can, as the song always says. What's going on, everybody? Hello, Goglings, Gogletites, Gogorifics. Welcome, welcome. Apparently, I am your sole Tuesday streamer today in the land of Gog, and so I feel a great responsibility. But with great power comes great responsibility, so I guess with great responsibility comes great power, specifically the power of dealing with people here, because that's the way it works. But it's good to see everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm looking forward to episode 170 of Pen and Pixels with finally the epic conclusion of Thronebreaker. We're finally going to finish this game and move on to something new. As much as I've been enjoying it, I do want to move to other things as well. So we're going to wrap this up today. We are starting a half hour earlier than normal because I have to leave a half hour earlier than normal. I have something I have to go to right at 6:30, which is 3 hours from now. And so I'm going to be with you folks until 6:30, and then I will be heading out. Before I get into the stream, though, I do want to remind people that if you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. That is always a good thing to do. If you can follow us here at GOG.com, please make sure to check out as well the sub system. If you can subscribe to us and get some of those awesome emotes, that is always appreciated. And those custom sub badges, of course. And if you haven't done so already, please spread the word about us, and please check us out on our own individual channels, because we have a lot of individual stuff going on with these various things too. So Patreons and subsystems and things like that. And one of the things that we have, by the way, I want to say, let me just put, first of all, this on. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Another thing that we have also is this, and I want to mention this because I've been talking about it before, and that is, there we go. That is the Forbidden Library, Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. This is my D&D compatible level 1 to 3 adventure, which I've been talking about. It's a Kickstarter that is being run by Alligator Alley Entertainment that does Esper Genesis and other systems like that. They are running this, and it is my adventure that I wrote and have been running at the Gen Con Writers Symposium. And as you can see, we have not only funded since the last time I spoke to you, but we have actually, today has been our best day of the Kickstarter by backer numbers, and it's closing in on our best day pledge-wise as well. We have had a big surge. So we are actually right now up to 10,495 and 356 backers with still 10 days to go. So this is doing really well. We have a ton of amazing contributors now, both people that you will know and some people that you're not as familiar with, but who are awesome, and we're trying to basically spread the word about. And so we're very excited about this. Also, this is the week of the library. Also, this is the day of the unicorn. So it's the day of the unicorn. It's the week of the library, and I see that we just passed 500, so we're at 10,510. I mean, what could be better in terms of what we got? So yeah, I'm very excited about the number of backers that we have and everything else. And if you are interested in D&D, and hopefully if you watch me, you will know that I'm kind of interested in it, then you should be interested possibly in stopping over and checking it out. Also, I will mention, so it's not just an adventure, it's also a source book. Speaking of D&D, by the way, I will be playing D&D with the GOG team next Tuesday. As some of you may know, Celsig, Darksaber's character, is in a little bit of trouble. So we're going to see what happens actually when that actually comes to be. But that is going to be happening. But I am it as far as your GOG entertainment today for Tuesday. So yeah, if you get the chance to check that out, the Forbidden Library Kickstarter, please let me know. I'm happy to put a link down and stuff like that. And I won't keep this number up there, but I just have been very excited about it. So it's good. That's true. Celsig is always in trouble. Yes. But today we have got ourselves the conclusion of Thronebreaker. We are right near the end of the next to last level, so I'm going to get right into it because I really do want to wrap this today. And so with no further ado, let's get into it. Let us get into it and make it happen. Make it happen. Okay. I have spent 46 hours on this game, and I've enjoyed it, but time has come. Yes, Celsig is trouble. True. These are true facts. All these things are true things. Hey, go. Okay. Here we go. Rivia. Here we go. The epic conclusion. In case you're curious, you can see for yourself. See? All of this is currently, we're at top morale, but you can see that we're it. See? Look. Cleared out map. So here we go. Yes, I am ready. 6 of 6 chess. Let's do it.
The castle of Rivia now loomed before the Lyrians. Water surrounded
Very
it on
funny,
three
Reg.
sides, and dual
Don't know about
defensive
that.
walls studded with podgy turrets completed its perimeter.
Podgy.
It was famously difficult to take, and had changed hands only once. A few months before, when traitors opened its gates to the Nilfgaardians. Foreign banners waved upon the walls. The Golden Sun and General Epdahi's crest on Rivia's walls.
Exactly. Traitors.
The walls of home. There was somber silence among the troops. The glee and pride of many triumphs
Really?
suddenly gone.
So you're a traitor lover, huh?
For
Dizzy?
each knew if the Queen ordered an assault, most would lie dead by sunrise.
Your Majesty,
Began Reynard in a reassuring
What's
tone.
up, What's
we needn't strike quickly. We've time on our side. To prepare would be wise. 2 months, I wager. Perfectly enough. We stop supplies from getting through. They'll capitulate, I've little doubt. Or at worst, be too weak to defend the fortress.
Reynard's reasoning was sound.
Yeah, except the
There
Nilfgaardians.
was no need for urgency. Meve had the upper hand for the first time in this war.
These invaders have grown fond of Rivia Castle,
Said Meve.
so let them stay and rot. Reynard, erect road barricades and guard posts between city and citadel. Gascon, seize all boats, barges, anything that floats. Stop anything from
Floats.
entering from the lake. Move!
Soon Rivia Castle stood isolated from the world outside its walls. All roads leading to it were blocked, impassable. Fishing boats, a cordon, embraced the fortress on Loch Escalot. The lanterns on their bows glowed like fireflies in summer. Then, an emissary from the castle brought a message for the Queen. General Epdahi wished
me that
to meet,
duck.
face to
That
face, and half the way between the citadel and the Lyrian camp,
Well, well, some general.
smirked Gascon.
We've barely snapped the trap shut, yet he's already shaking in his knickers.
Be on your guard, Mother.
Said Willem.
Epdahi I know better than anyone here. The man always has a trick up his sleeve.
We've a few of our own. Sleeves and tricks. But I thank you for the warning and concern.
Meve proceeded to the meeting point without delay. A lone rider soon appeared on the horizon. He came adorned in rich black robes, their golden trim shimmering in stray sunbeams. She'd seen him before. In Edirn, through the megascope.
Megascope.
You came as I requested.
So,
Good. Very good.
as I requested, huh? Jackass.
I couldn't possibly refuse such a courteous invitation, especially as compared to your previous missive. The art of diplomacy, you've improved your grasp.
Your realm fell quickly. I expended little strength in seizing it. This left me much time to study. But please, we must set aside this bitterness. I'd like to formally welcome you to Rivia, dear Queen.
I see you've readily adopted the role of gracious host in my home.
In point of fact, I've grown fond of the castle. Fortifications impressive, atypical of the north. Not so your brave soldiers, whom we shall pick off like ducks. I pity them, in fact.
Oh, Cat Pig, what happened to that duck? They're gonna pick off your ducks.
Dry your eyes, General. Rest easy. I've no plans for a quick assault. I shall first wait to hear the rumbling in your bellies.
Remarkable. You truly believe you can win this war?
Isn't that like, you don't really think you can win, can you? Like classic Penguin, right? Yeah.
I've not been in the north long, but have discovered something all the same. You don't grasp complex ideas. You know Nilfgaard is large, but your minds don't fathom its enormity. You see, for every army you defeat, another will come to take its place. One larger and better equipped than the one before. Even now, as we so pleasantly chat, Army Group East is en route to lift your siege. Due to arrive tomorrow. And do you know what will happen when they do? They will crush you against your own castle's walls, like the maddening flea you are.
No, I will destroy them utterly.
A charming analogy, but get to the point. Why'd you ask for this meeting?
For this very reason. I wish to see you with my own eyes.
They did not see enough in Edirn? Are you such an admirer of feminine beauty?
You flatter yourself. No, in you, I see an animal. Game. Prey. And as the hunt's due to start soon, I needed a more detailed image of the beast I'll be looking for.
This guy.
You? On a hunt? Those delicate hands have never held spear or bow. Nout sharper than a letter opener, I wager. Tomorrow you will not be on a hunt. Tomorrow you will be at war. You best pray to all your gods you don't find me.
Without awaiting a response from General Ep Dahi, Meve pivoted and turned toward camp. Her pace was quick, despite a heavy heart.
Ooh.
Seems your late husband, rest his soul, may have overcompensated a bit with this castle. Don't have a spare key for the main gate by any chance? No, thought not.
Come on, Barnabas, what you got for me?
Shame I've not yet finished my glider. Could have flown over the walls. Seems your late husband, rest his soul, may have overcompensated a bit with this castle.
Gonna be one hell of a night!
Don't you dare sound the retreat, got it?
Okay.
My axe craves blood, Nilfgaardian blood! My axe craves blood, Nilfgaardian blood!
Okay, he's ready to go.
Let us hope this proves the war to end all wars. Always darkest before the dawn. Many will die today.
Here,
Too many.
have a special
Let
card.
us hope this proves
All right.
the war to end all wars.
Wait. Okay. I did all that. Guess I go up here. And then find this. And then, there we go.
Meve's closest advisors already awaited her in the command tent. In a few brief words, the Queen gave a report of the meeting, only with great effort masking the quavering in her voice.
An army, an immense one, approaches from the west. If we meet in open battle, we stand not a chance.
Damn it! Why did no one warn me?
Our scouts were discovered, captured. It must be that.
Yes, it didn't seem right. Our way so clear, so untroubled.
We must flee? Not at all heroic, I admit, but sure as hell better than being trampled into the dirt.
Easily said, but for a problem. Our force is chiefly infantry. The army that draws near includes cavalry, several regiments.
Great.
We cannot hope to escape them. We cannot hope to hide.
What do you advise?
We've two options. Capitulate,
Out of the question.
or take the castle. Tonight.
Suppose for a moment it's possible. Tell me how and at what cost. Are we to scale a mountain of comrades' corpses to reach the top of the wall? I know we're at war and many die, but to command our troops to take that citadel is to condemn them to certain death.
I mean, to sit there and be destroyed by the coming army is certain death.
Rivia's walls are unassailable. I fully agree. But there's more than one way to take any fort, and this fort too.
I think I like where this is going.
I know this citadel like no one else. I know its one potential weakness. The boat landing.
Wait. That narrowest of piers between the two turrets? The one where the fishermen would land?
The same. As I'm sure you recall, Your Grace, at that narrow pier's end stands a narrow door leading straight into the fortress. A small detachment could approach unnoticed, overwhelm any sentries, and get inside.
What then?
They would need to pass through the fort to the winch in the guardhouse, open the gate for the rest of the force.
That is suicide.
Perhaps, but as options go, we have it alone.
And I'm to choose to send folk there. Most certainly to die.
You needn't choose anyone, for I volunteer, and will take only those willing to do the very same.
Bloody wretched plan.
And you've a better one, do you?
Of course. I'll go instead.
Beg your pardon? I don't.
Face it, Reynard, you couldn't sneak past a corpse. Sound like a bloody tambourine in that armour. Apart from which, you're Maeve's right hand. So you ought to be by her side when the fighting starts.
Yeah, this has got to be Gascon.
Firstly, Reynard, I'm grateful. Well done, my friend.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Friend zone.
But truth be told, I did indeed hear you walking to the tent from the other side of camp. And yes, you know Rivia Castle better than anyone else. But the assault must transpire silently. Gascon will lead the force.
Understood, Your Grace.
Cheers, Maeve. I'll try not to disappoint.
You won't, I'm sure. God speed you on your way, and please, try your damnedest not to die.
Gascon hand-picked his men, those most adept with daggers, not swords. Noiselessly, they glided through the dark toward the castle, the light of its lanterns blurred by the evening mist. Maeve watched anxiously as the boats glided away, her heart pounding in her ears. All depended on this mission. The fate of her realms, perhaps all the North, the lives of her troops, and her own.
Exactly, I'm gonna kill you if you die.
Now there was naught she could do but wait.
Good luck,
She whispered, gazing at the fortress walls, cloaked by the dark that seemed to surround all now.
Here we go. The task was simple. Sneak through the castle, defeat the guards, defending the winch, barricade themselves in the tower, and open the gate for the advancing Larian army. And then, no one spoke of what would happen next. There was no need. Use Gascon to infiltrate the tower. Do not let Gascon die. Use your leader's ability. Battle of Rivia. Puzzle, special rule, short metal, custom deck. Let's do it. Ah, interesting, Capig. Okay. Move Gascon to an adjacent vertical or horizontal position. Destroy a spotter. The enemy leader uses their ability. Move one place to the right. Damage an enemy by the number of your allied units. Where am I supposed to get to? Oh, okay.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Right. Okay. All right.
You see to the winch! We'll hold them off!
Okay. Oh wait, actually, in turn. All right. Okay, and then like this. I may not have done that right. Oh crap. Crap. No. I'm screwed. Screwed!
Grab the witch! Open the gates!
Woo! I just needed to get next to it.
Valyrians
Oh my
prepared
god,
for
I thought I
battle.
had to land on
Their
it.
silence absolute, in darkness, illuminated
Gusto.
only by the pale light of the moon.
Damn. Thank you.
Neve was restless. She paced nervously in a circular pattern, awaiting the signal they'd agreed upon.
Blast, it's taking long. Much too long.
Finally, a torch's faint glow appeared atop the towering walls. It disappeared, then glowed again, and one more time around. Meve leapt in the air, and as she did so, barely stifled a cry of utter joy.
They made it. It worked. Philip, it's time. Sound the horns. Attack!
Moments later, Lyrians in the hundreds burst from the trees. The Nilfgaardian defenders loaded their catapults and ballistae. They did so slowly, convinced the castle walls remained impenetrable.
Huh.
Then they heard chains grinding and clinking, and the sound sent shivers down their spines. Bewildered, they watched the main gate rise as the attacking force rushed forth.
Here's Johnny!
Quan and Lyrian!
General Epdahi dispatched an elite unit to take back the winch at once. Yet he saw this was in vain and all was lost when Meve rode into the castle courtyard.
Oh wow.
Meve had begun the day known as a great warrior. Yet by night's end, legend was the cloak she wore. Her shield stopped powerful blow after blow as her blade found gaps in her foe's black armor.
Yep.
At first, Nilfgaardians scoured the fray in search of the Queen, hoping to prove great heroes. Soon, she was their chief scourge, and they began to flee before her blade that sung their death.
That's right! That's right!
What was this extraordinary vigor that surged through Meve? Naturally, she wished to liberate her castle and realm,
Steroids.
drive off the invaders, defeat the arrogant General Epdahi.
That's
But
why.
in that moment, above all else, she longed to fight her way through to the guardhouse and bring Gascon's party relief.
Follow me! Move! Move!
As she stepped through the door into the tower, the silence told Meve she'd arrived too late.
Aw, poor Gascon.
Gascon's men lay slaughtered in pools of their own blood. The man himself slumped over the winch's crank.
Man.
3 arrows in his chest rose and fell with his each ragged breath.
Aw, Gascon.
Meve tore off her cloak and pressed it against him, desperate to stem the bleeding.
Help's on the way. Don't you even think of dying.
You know,
Wheezed Gascon, a slight smirk on his lips.
I always enjoyed doing things just to spite you.
Medics on the stairs in the guardhouse, steps away, heard a long, blood-curdling wail. They entered the room to find the Queen kneeling, pounding the wall with her fists, her eyes flooded with tears.
Ah, damn it.
Gascon lay motionless beside her, covered by her cloak.
Suck. Well, pay F to play. Type F to pay respects. Gascon.
The Queen rose, her fists clenched, her shoulders rigid, her knuckles white. Her face betrayed no sorrow, no despair, just rage, hot as a forge, immeasurable.
Now's not the time to mourn.
Seethed Meve, struggling to stay calm.
Now's the time for war, for slaughter, revenge. With victory today, we'll recover our home. return to our kin and set our blades aside at last. Yet until victory is ours, they must drink. Drink greedily of Nilfgaardian blood!
The Lyrians were at the brink, near their breaking point. They'd followed me for thousands of miles, over snow-clad peaks, through forbidding swamps. They'd fought, survived countless battles at her side. And though their gazes were now weary, she knew they'd follow her into fire.
Your Grace, the Blackclads, they've holed themselves up in the upper keep. We went to breach the wall, alas to no avail.
Meve nodded, twirled her sword, then leapt upon a mount. Her eyes spoke pure determination.
So we'll bloody well try again.
The walls of the upper keep were illuminated by torchlight in the glow of burning buildings. Even in the dark of night, Meve could easily discern the fear-twisted faces of the Nilfgaardian defenders. The queen wiped tears from her cheeks, blackened with ash, and reached for her sword. The time had finally come to drive the Blackclads out, once and for all. Let's do it. Yeah, that's good. I think that's good for now.
This is the end, Ebdahi. Do you hear me? I shall stick your head on a pike!
Each player's deck boost an ally by 10. Okay, let's see. Okay. Wow. That's lame. Okay, I'll take that. Thanks.
I must thank you. Your fortress has superbly solid walls.
Okay. Let's see, let's put,
You mad? Don't say that!
oh, come on! Lame. Lame, 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 lame. What is this RNG garbage? Come on.
Looking to dance, mate?
What garbage?
Enough! I do not need to hear this. Kill her! Erigloire!
Okay, let's see. Wow. This is quite a deck that he's got. Wow. hate these units. Oh, the Nilfgaardian units suck so much. So much suck. What? What is this garbage? What is this? What? Is this scripted? What the flip is this? He just gets to throw out units? Like, oh, here, have 7 more. Limit 10 times per turn. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? What is this? Okay, well, I mean, I'm not gonna win this round, so... What the... What the... I am just... I don't even... I mean, I don't understand how this is winnable. Like, I have no idea how this is winnable.
I warned you.
I don't even understand, like, how that's possible.
The able have us.
I mean, this is a little ridiculous. Like, what is this spike? Seriously. Yeah, I understand, but like... I mean, that's fine, but I don't... What?
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
I completely do not understand how... I don't get it. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't be destroying them. Pretty much. Like, I shouldn't be destroying them. I shouldn't destroy them. Like, destroying them just makes it worse. Yeah, he just gets new ones. Well, the reason I destroyed that one is because he repeats the deploy. This doesn't get a repeat deploy. This doesn't get a repeat deploy. He sucks, but I mean, like, I can't, you know. See, that spotter sucks. Boy, you're really, you seem to be finding that quite a bit. I mean, this is nonsense. Like, what is this? Okay. I can't believe... No, but I'm saying, like, I don't even know what... I don't agree with that. I think there are a lot of card things where I had... I don't know, maybe you're a better player than me, but I thought there were a lot of things where I had to have a good strategy.
I'd hoped we could solve this some other way.
I need to get rid of that guy. Okay. I mean, my problem is that he's probably going to... I mean, he's still got... I don't... I don't see any way how I'm going to be able to do this.
Scheiß in Trey!
I mean, this is a joke. This is a joke. They just give him every conceivable ability. They're just like, oh, give him every conceivable ability. They're like, oh, you just call for aid, just get 3 guys. Take new unit. I mean, like, what is this difficult? See, I'm not a fan of that. I'm sorry. To me, that's lazy. You know, there's no reason whatsoever to set it up such that it's impossible suddenly to do anything. That's ridiculous.
This is the end, Ebdahi. Do you hear me? I shall stick your head on a pike.
The evil ass.
That's good. Let's definitely start with a boost of, you know, 10 just right off. I mean, like, this thing is the thing that pisses me off. The ally being destroyed means you summon another unit is a joke. I mean, like, it's a joke. That's a joke. 10 times, which means you can just permanently do it, is what that means.
I must thank you. Your fortress has superbly solid walls.
Oh, good. I mean, that's good. Awesome. Cool. Well, we're gonna pass because I have no chance of winning this round.
Hellcats out! Enough!
I didn't turn that on. Sorry.
Need to hear this.
I didn't turn that on. Thank you for the resub, Nonstop. Sorry, I didn't turn on the GOG alerts. I lost. I noticed. What was your first clue? Someone said there's like another map after this, which I don't... I mean, if this is the final battle, then I will just finish the game. Like, you know, I'm not gonna beat my head against a wall for a battle that's blatantly unfair. So... I mean, like, so there's that. Like, just every turn he gets to do that. And then he just gets to summon, then, you know, every time you kill a unit, summons another unit up to 10 times. Like, come on. But why should I have to go to Reddit? Why should someone have to go to Reddit to actually have a chance of winning? I mean, that's my problem with this. You know? Like, why should I have to do that? I just find that ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So just RNG wise, he can just add, like, randomly be like, here, every single time, here, 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. Like,
You mad? Don't shake that!
yeah, but I mean, like, you know, just going to YouTube to watch the ending is extremely dissatisfying. And it's not necessary. It's not necessary to have the spike this great. It's just, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
Looking to dance, eh?
Every single... Okay, so that one time, that's like 2 turns in a row where he didn't get that. And then every so often he's like, call for aid. Get 3 more people. Oh, look, get 3 more people. And 3 more people. Such a joke. It's a complete joke. I'm not even sure, like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to beat him. Absolutely not. I would have needed to have prepared for this from the beginning of the game if I had any idea there was a spike like this. And I wouldn't have played it if I knew there was a spike this bad.
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
Wow. You actually passed once. Really? 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 It doesn't matter.
Off to the front yet again.
Prove Saber's point about what?
This could hurt.
Oh, because of Knickers. God damn it, Knickers. I didn't even notice that. Shoot. And there's this stupid call for aid, which is such garbage. Like, he doesn't have enough. Like, you've got to be joking me. Like, really, he doesn't have enough already. And look, I got 3 cards left to his 7, and I'm already losing. That ability is the biggest bullshit. I mean, that's the biggest bullshit ability, honestly. That's the biggest bullshit ability. If he doesn't have that ability, it's a fair fight. Without it, it's a joke. Or with it, it's a joke. Oh, hey, look. More boosting. Hey, sure. Why don't you take 10 right back after I just did damage? Why don't you just improve them again? Sure. Sure. That's a good call.
Wanna know why I got my scar?
The game did. The game said it was. You don't start by creating something that has a particular idea to it and then spend the rest of your time working against that exact same thing. It's not how it works. In my opinion. If I wanted to play Dark Souls, I'd play Dark Souls, you know? Okay, first of all, oh, I can't, because he's immune, of course. Joke. Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't have any... Oh, and I have to go through both fights again? I have to go through both fights again. I have to do both fights? Really? I have to do both fights. Really? I have to do both fights again. Hey, what's up, Erdnell? No, I know that, Dizzy. I'm not like salty like I can't continue. I'm just really kind of struggling with the shock of having something be this badly set up where the fight is a spike like this. I mean, like, no, I get it, Dizzy. I'm fine. I'm not in any bad shape. Trust me. Oh, the thing is, there's no, I mean, okay, It's the last fight. I don't have a problem with it being harder. I do have a problem with it being impossible compared to everything else. I do have a problem with that. Like, I have no problem with it being the hardest fight in the game. I do have a problem with the level being this, and then that being 700 levels degrees higher than this. That bothers me. So I'm going to drop it down to easy. I don't want to, but I'm not going to... I'm not going to deal with that. Because, I've been playing this game for months. I want to see the end of it. You know? I don't want to go through... the game's great. Up until the last fight, which is absurd.
Meave's closest advisors already...
Yes,
Damn it.
Yes,
we must
easily...
What do you want?
We've two...
Out of the...
Or...
Suppose I know we're...
Rivia...
I think...
I know...
Wait.
The say... A small...
What
I
then?
can't believe they
would
make
need
you do
to
this
pass
again.
through the fort.
That is...
Perhaps.
And I'm to choose...
You needn't choose...
Bloody wretch.
And you've a bet...
Of course.
Beg your pardon.
Face. Apart from...
Firstly, Reynard.
Thank you.
But truth and...
Understood.
Cheers.
You won't. Godspeed.
Gascon, Meave...
Yeah, I just... Again, I've been enjoying the heck out of the game, but that difficulty spike is a joke. So... Anyway... Now I need to remember how the hell I did this.
Wait, you're serious?
Yeah, like... I don't... I thought the game was a solid level of difficulty leading up to this point. And, I don't understand, did they just think at the end, oh wait, now we think we maybe made it too easy or something, so here? Because otherwise, I don't understand what on God's green earth would possess them to think that's a good idea. I don't get it.
Yeah. You see to the winch. We'll hold them off.
Yeah, again, I don't know. I don't...
Yeah. This must be it. Grab the winch. Open the gate.
Yeah.
Final moment then. Meave, what, as she...
Help
if it even is the
Lyric.
final fight. I don't even know. I don't know if it's the final fight. Oh, wait, why did I do that? I just literally loaded the checkpoint and went back with the exact same deck. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh my god, what is the point of this? Actually, no, I don't want to forfeit yet. Let me see if the lower difficulty makes a difference, but... Oh my god. Well, I don't want to get into that, Groz. I don't think it was a flop. I disagree with you. From a very limited perspective on the way that they calculate certain things, it was, but I don't want to get into that. We are on GOG's channel, so, I have really enjoyed the game quite a bit. I just find difficulty spikes to be extremely frustrating when I see, especially when I see no good reason for them. So, that's all. Yeah, look at that. So that's the difficulty change. So this is the difficulty change. So look at that. When you do it on the easiest difficulty level, he doesn't have that stupid thing where you destroy a unit and they all come back. See, this should be normal difficulty. He's got enough advantages. He doesn't need to have more advantages. At all. So... I just hope that changing it to that lower level of difficulty, I really hope that doesn't affect... I really hope that doesn't affect things, though. What? Can I not? Shoot, that's too bad. So yeah, I mean that's the only thing. I really hope that it doesn't do that.
It's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
Guys, I don't think we should be having this discussion about how well financially Thronebreaker did, so can we please drop this subject? This is not appropriate for GOG's own channel. So can we not have this discussion, please, about that? Please do not let my frustration with the game offer us a reason to get into sniping about GOG, which is a good company, okay? Okay. All right. So let's see. I mean, now I feel like I have half a chance without that other stupid ability. I mean, well, I hadn't actually announced that as I didn't want to get into too much of that game yet, Echo. I'm going to talk about that after I finish this, and then I'll talk about why. There's actually a couple of reasons as to why. But I want to kind of hold off on that a little bit. Sorry. Yeah, and again, sorry if it comes off the wrong way, folks. You know, I'm actually in a fairly good mood. For, you know, things are good with the Kickstarter and other stuff, so I'm fine. I'm just kind of like, what the flip just happened, you know, as far as this is concerned. So that's all. What the flip was that about? Wait a minute. I don't understand. What is it? What is his ability? Summon another unit from your deck in its place. So he does have that ability? So what's the difference between the difficult... What's up, Almadden? What's the difference between the hardest difficulty and this difficulty then? The easy... What's the medium difficulty and this difficulty then?
Kill her!
You know, like, I don't... Maybe the power of each of them? I don't know. Come over to me then. Sounds familiar.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Oh my god. Are you freaking kidding me?
Make love, not war.
surmounted by fools!
No, I know. That's what I'm trying to do, Gusto, but it's not easy to do that. I mean, it's... You can damage them lower, but he has that stupid boost ability, and, like... He just has a lot of stuff he can do. Like, this is an example. So, and that's part of the... I don't... Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not explaining it well. It's not about it being harder. It's about it being enormously, orders of magnitude harder than any other battle in the game. That's the problem. It's like playing through a game, and then in the last fight they're like, all right, now you get to play with a broken controller, blindfolded, turned around, and deaf, with the headphones on so you can't hear the sound. Good luck. That's the point. It's not a difficulty. It's not about it being harder. It's about it going from this difficulty to what the hell is that difficulty, without any clue that that's what they were going to do. Yeah. See, so this is an example of it, right? Yeah, it's the lack of ramp up. Like, so here's, and the thing is, the whole game is teaching you to do something different. So, in this particular case, right, there have been several battles where you're supposed to avoid killing a single unit, not where you're supposed to kill no units. Because every time you don't kill units, they can, of course, continually damage you. So, this is an example where Knickers is 9. Her ability is that you attack this thing, and when you attack this thing, you attack it with the lowest power ally you have, which is 9. So I would destroy it. But I can't do that, because if I do that, he's going to immediately draw, not from his hand, but from the deck, where there are 76 cards. That's the other thing, too. If it's coming from his hand, that's one thing. This is coming from the deck. So from the deck of cards here, from the deck of cards, which means in unlimited, essentially, I can't destroy a unit because he's just going to bring it back. And probably his unit will be even harder than this. So I can't use her ability. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to lay down a trap here, which is going to damage him for 3. It will reduce his effectiveness. It still means he'll be able to attack me every single turn. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the problem. And again, I dropped the difficulty level down, and so we'll see. I just think it's unfortunate because I feel like if I started the game in normal difficulty, I want to finish it on normal difficulty, but not when the ramp up is like this. I mean, that's the problem. No, I disagree. Then it should have been challenging all the way along, Lost Edge. Also, I strongly disagree. It is not super easy, even for someone who hasn't played card games. That is not the case. I respectfully, completely disagree with you. That is not the case in the least. So, the reality is that the difficulty level is at a particular thing. And so, if it's going to offer challenge, it should be offering challenge all the way through at a similar level, or gradually getting harder. Not like this, and then wham, up at the stratosphere at the end. Without any clue that that's what was going to be happening. Right, I know. They had a story mode that they actually that I talked about doing, but I decided to do the cards thing, and I'm glad that I did. But, again, it's just the shock of it. It's just the are you kidding me sort of it that gets me. But, whatever. Anyway, I've said enough about it, so I'm just shocked, that's all.
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
Let's see, I hate to do this, but I have to because it's the only way that I can down his damage. So... Yeah. That's good.
Warum?
Why is he immune? Oh my god, that's so annoying. I don't know.
Hellcats out!
It's funny that they keep coming into the exact same road that they left from. I guess that's part of what's required. Oh, crap. God damn it. That is... Oh, my God. So irritating. Really? Oh, my God. Are you serious? So because he's got that dude... Oh, my God. Come on. Wow. Unbelievable. I was starting to think that maybe there was an outside shot, and then I'm like, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, exactly. I need exactly. I need to pull my own 76 strength card. Exactly. Wow.
Scheiß in Trey!
Yeah, I wish. I wish I did. Hey, what's up, Duberco? Oh, man alive.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Unbelievable. Oh man, this call for aid thing. It's not going to be enough. It is a good card game. I'm just very frustrated with this last battle, but it's been great. I've been enjoying it. This last battle is a mess. I'm not going to win this, though. Yeah, wait till he pulls out. Yeah, that's fine. Now he's going to pull out his thing.
Quiet, or the commissar will hear.
Unreal. Oh, okay, I'm gonna skip. Alright. So this is what they mean by skipping the battle. So... okay. So I'm gonna skip the battle. I just find it very frustrating that I have to do that. I mean, like, I want to win it the right way, but... you know, I don't want to sit there and be frustrated for the rest of the stream, you know, with this. So, again, the problem is not the difficulty level being hard. It's the difficulty level being obscenely hard after a game where the difficulty level, depending on your belief, I thought the difficulty level was average. I thought it was an average difficulty level. Some fights were hard, some fights were really easy. I thought, on the whole, the difficulty level was about in the middle. And so the problem is not that. The problem is going from 0 to 7,000 in 2 seconds. That's the problem. So that's all, you know, but whatever. Like, again, I understand the last battle's supposed to be hard. It's not that. It's the spike from every other battle before it. So anyway, so we're going to skip the battle. I apologize to everybody.
Nilfgaard had the upper hand, yet the black-clad spirits had suffered. They now made more use of shields than of swords. When Meve finally broke through their line, they raised their arms in surrender. Rivia Castle had fallen. It was hers once more.
Trocker! Neng to Wien!
Meve showed her prisoners of war mercy, knowing full well they'd only followed orders. Death would be the fate of only Ardal ep Dahi, the one Nilfgaardian who'd issued those commands. Alas, the general had disappeared. A prisoner revealed ep Dahi had fled as soon as the Lyrians had surged towards the upper keep. He had glided down to the lower castle in a wicker basket for transporting food.
Great.
Curled up beneath potato skins and other scraps, he'd scurried away not unlike a common maggot. Meve cursed her luck and leaned back against a merlin. Dawn was yet a few hours off, but the horizon had already begun to glow blood red. The Nilfgaardian reserves now drew near. Castle's fall.
I'll get him,
muttered the queen, more to herself than anyone else.
I swear on all that's sacred I'll catch the bastard. But...
sorry.
Me too. Preparing the defense.
Sorry, I thought I had
that
said
night,
not to do
the
that.
war turned, with the battle for Rivia Castle as its fulcrum. Meve's great victory, not only retaking the stronghold in a single evening, but also fending off a further invading army, proved the Nilfgaardian Colossus had feet of clay. The armies of the north had united and now seemed to be on the attack everywhere.
No place like home.
Imperial forces, while still far more numerous, lay stretched over thousands of miles. Their position was untenable, and Nilfgaard's commanders knew this. In a decisive battle, they yet stood a chance, so they gave said battle, and suffered a resounding defeat. Just a few months on from that memorable night in Rivia, the Imperial army was in utter disarray. Aldersburg, the fortress, remained a last point of resistance. General ep Dahi and what had survived of Army Group East had dug in there, this place, where Nilfgaard had triumphed grandly in the war's early days, would now bear witness to its impending defeat. It seems history, after all, has a sense of justice, or humor, or both. Though Meve had already reclaimed her realm, she refused to retire her sword just yet. For King Demavend had requested her aid in purging Edirn of the invader. How could she refuse? She owed the king a favor, firstly. Yet she also had a burning desire to settle the score with ep Dahi.
Okay.
Demavend's envoy and I spoke, Your Majesty. The king has Aldersburg surrounded. He awaits and won't begin the assault till you arrive.
Good. I truly hate to miss it. Tell the troops to prepare. Gear and ire.
Of course, Your Grace.
Yes? Is there something else?
Pardon my boldness, Your Grace, but I can't help but be concerned. You don't sleep. You've the air of illness about you.
I think back to that night in Rivia often, to Gascon's death.
Yeah, so do I. I think back to that night too.
Perhaps I made a mistake. Perhaps he didn't have to die.
He didn't, Your Majesty. He needn't have been there at all. I'm a soldier. I swore to serve you. Gascon, not so. He might have left at any time. Guilt, pity trouble you, Your Grace, I know. But he signed on willingly and knew exactly what for. Gascon gave his life for he thought you worthy of it. There's no greater proof of friendship, no greater gift one can give. Accept it, Your Grace, and remember him with gratitude, not sorrow.
It's true.
You're right. I thank you, Reynard. That I needed to hear. We've talked enough. We must march on to Aldersburg.
Your Grace, if I may. Some of our comrades in arms would like a word with you. The war nears its end. Paths are likely to diverge.
I see. Thank you. I shall stop by the mess tent later.
Okay, so this is the last map, I think, right? Oh my god. Alright. This is the last map. Yeah, I like Gascon. Report Edirn. Enemy armies in tatters fleeing south towards border. Movements chaotic, uncoordinated, suggest no contact with command. Scoia'tael commandos also in retreat, to east towards Dol Blatharna. Without Nilfgaardian support, elves slaughtered by Aedirnians wherever caught. Emperor preparing for peace summit. Reports indicate willingness to make far-reaching concessions. Last bastion of enemy resistance, fortress in Aldersburg. Remaining troops guarding it led by General Ardal Abdahi refuses all calls to capitulate. Your Highness, we deeply regret to inform you that Captain Tobias, who provided us with invaluable information from the Nilfgaardian-occupied capital, was unmasked and beheaded after 3 days of intensive torture. Aw, man. Tobias was the guy who helped us escape in the first place. While leaving the city, the invaders took with them his family, a wife and 2 children, 12 and 7 years of age. Their fate remains unknown. Your Majesty, good tidings from the Western Front. The combined forces of Temeria, Cadwyn, and Redania have soundly defeated the Nilfgaardians at Brenna. The Emperor lost nearly 40,000 soldiers. Marshal Cohorn has vanished without a trace. Army Group Center is in disarray. King Foltest is forcing the enemy from Temerian lands. The Emperor has expressed readiness for truce negotiations. Victory is close at hand. Well, well, ye beautifully showed boot-leather to Nilfgaardian ass. Lawbags kept her quite a dust cloud when they turned tall. I damn near choked on a clear top Mount Carbon. I'm proud to say Mahakam's volunteers played no small part. Still, I owe credit where credit's due. Congratulations, Meave, truly. That dunderhead Emperor will think twice before stepping foot through the Pontar ever again. Hoo-hoo-ha! Prover Hogue, Elder-in-Chief. Alright. Okay. Let's go talk to the people in the mess tent.
You need my help with anything? Anything at all. I've ideas aplenty.
What are you planning next?
We've come a long way, Barnabas. You've plans for the future?
We may have won the war, but I've orders still on my plate. So many riddles unanswered, so many inventions unrevealed.
Perhaps you could join my court. Continue your work there.
Oh, we get along splendidly, Your Grace, I know. But that's simply not the life for me.
Thank you for the follow.
In situ, one sees nothing new, as they say. Besides, I have some unsavory memories from my time at the court of King Nidemir.
Is that what they say? Shoot. Alright.
Come to think of it, I do wonder if they ever managed to put out that fire.
I understand, Barnabas. Yet if ever you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Your Majesty, for everything.
Time I attended to other matters.
Ah, yes, you're still here. Off you go, then.
Alright.
Huh? What is it now?
What will you do after the war?
The war nears its end.
Sadly.
Sadly, why?
I survived. Again. Rebuild your land, Queen. Enjoy your life. Me and my men, we'll be moving on.
Arnulf, in Lyria and Rivia, your past matters not. Nor does your shame. Stay.
What about after? What do I tell my ancestors when the time comes? I yearn to sit at their table, lass, and drink mead in their company, so go I must.
See
so
you,
long,
Arnulf.
Arnulf.
I never used you. Shouldn't say never. Seldom.
Your Grace.
No, I wanted it to be Isbel.
I wished once more to express my gratitude for your show of mercy.
I showed mercy, true, but felt much more. Anger, pain, now resentment. You hurt me, Reynard. Wounded me to the bloody core. I don't know what else to say on the matter, so let's not speak of it.
Good God, lady.
As you wish, Your Grace.
The war nears its end. What next for Reynard Odo?
Whatever you command, Your Grace. Is something amiss, my lady?
Aha! Yeah.
To be perfectly blunt, I've no wish to give you orders anymore.
Your Grace, would you wish me to leave? Remove me from the court?
No, Reynard.
Hello.
I'd wish you to stay. But I'd no longer wish to be your queen alone. Do you catch my meaning?
I do, Maeve. I do.
Yay.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Awesome. That's cool. That was set up earlier on when Gascon was talking to him about it.
I'm pleased to see you again, Mom. You need something?
The war's near its end. The future, what does it hold for you, Isbel? Wise counsel will always find a place at my court.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you catch my meaning? I do, Maeve. Okay, great. You'll be my butler. And... What? No.
A tempting offer, Mom. So be it. I shall stay. But I've one condition. You're never to force me to wear shoes.
Ha! These terms I can agree to. Duty calls. I must go.
Of course. Should you need me, I'll be here.
I liked Isbel. The characters here I thought were really a lot of fun. I thought they did a good job with it. Okay. Alright. So... let's go.
Look, 'tis Maeve, slayer of the Blacklands. Long live the Queen!
Thank you, thank you.
Just watch and wait. I wager you'll chase the Emperor himself off the throne. They say war's a man's affair, but you showed them a lady. They say war's a man's affair, but you showed them a lady.
Right, cool. I'm glad that you feel that way. To all soldiers in service to the Nilfgaardian Empire are hereby ordered to promptly head to Aldersburg. The defense of this castle is vital for our planned counteroffensive. Failure to comply with this order will result in punishment of particular severity. Duke Ardal Abdahi, Grand Chancellor, Commander of Army Group East. I hope you're sparring. No?
The Lyrian army had grown into a great serpent. So much so that riding at the column's tail, Maeve could not see its head.
He does actually, Lost
Footmen,
Edge.
Cavalry and archers stretched like a glistening snake between two horizons.
You do, Lost Edge.
Maeve had come a long way indeed, and she felt proud, as did Willem riding at her side. At first, the troops had eyed the prince suspiciously, if not with hatred. But they'd watched him fight for weeks now, and saw him as one of their own.
Yeah, earlier on, you actually fight with him in one battle, and he talks, and then he, like, vanishes because he's heading off somewhere else. So he does, you get to fight with him. You get to fight with Witchers twice, him and another one, and I wish I could have kept him, obviously, because he's awesome.
Suddenly, Maeve heard angry cries and the clash of steel against steel, all at the column's front.
Close ranks! To the left! Man's left! Support the flank!
Maeve drew her sword, spurred her horse, and galloped forward along the line of troops. Then, through the swirling battle dust, she spotted shimmering golden suns.
Alright. Nilfgaardian survivors. Maeve drew her sword, yet did not rush headlong into the heat of battle as she once would have. Old wounds and lasting traumas still nagged her, and besides, enough blood had already been spilt. The queen awaited the day when she could finally exchange her heavy armor for an elegant dress and her saddle for a throne. I don't remember his name. It's, oh god, dark hair. I can't remember his name. You actually run into him before you run into Geralt.
Surround them!
Okay.
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
Interesting. Right. Yeah, I forget.
New
It happens
orders?
like right before, right nonstop, I think, maybe. Something like that.
Catch!
Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
Gonna need,
3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pegs.
Hundred and 102, 103.
Okay. The last battle was not the last battle. Apparently there's one more last battle. By which we mean a set of last battles. Apparently. Uh-oh. Oh no, Almadden. See, this is what I mean. Now look at this fight. Now, admittedly, it's not the boss fight, but just compare it to what we just went through. Like, look at this. I'll take the 101-0 victory.
Mercy! Have mercy!
Normally disciplined, determined to an extreme, these Nilfgaardians quickly broke rank and ran.
Deserters! Leaderless, Your Grace.
A scout reported.
Headed south, they was, towards the frontier.
Chained prisoners now sat along the dusty road. Meave stopped in front of one. He was ragged and unshaven.
Calls, right.
Flies had taken an interest in his poorly bandaged hand. Spotting the Queen, he lowered his head and quivered with terror.
I know you take us for savages,
Began Meave, her gaze passing over several scraggy black-clads.
but fear not. We shan't flay you alive nor eat you for dinner. And when a truce is signed, you'll be sent home, where I most sincerely hope you'll stay this time.
As the Queen mounted her horse, she barely concealed a grimace. Her thighs were sore and chafed, her hands raw from the reins. But she bit her lip and rode on, for the prize was now very near.
Dizzy. Savage.
Was in Aldersburg when it fell. Broke.
Okay.
Was in Aldersburg when it fell. Broke my heart, that did. But not complete. Now we'll take it back. Other kings could learn a thing or two from you, Your Majesty. Fight on! It was we who were to offer Lyria our aid. Things got turned right round. It was we who were to offer Lyria our aid. Things got turned right round.
Alright. As I pick up the last of these things. I like this. I've always kind of liked these little sort of, wait, what? Can I get to it this way? I've always kind of liked these little denouements, these smaller little sort of quiet moments. Wow, really? Okay. I don't entirely know what I'm supposed to do about that, but... Your Majesty, a boat used by the Nilfgaardians to haul looted goods has crashed into the span of the bridge. We can attempt to fish out the valuables, but if the current is dangerously strong, our soldiers would be at risk. Make an offer to the villagers who pay them in exchange for fetching their goods. Yeah, I think I can afford 1,000 gold with 58,000 gold there. Can I really not get that one? Really can't get that one. Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, maybe that's true. That's true. Maybe you have to go all the way around to get to that. My lady, as you can see, the residents of Edirn are giving their every effort to rebuild their ruined homes, yet they lack the proper materials. They ask if you'd be willing to trade lumber in exchange for items they've scavenged from nearby battlefields. What shall I tell them? Give them our wood and add some gold for good measure. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
The good mothers guided you to victory.
I don't, sometimes you do, Dizzy, sometimes you can get morale boosts. It'll tell you right in the box when you first do it if it's going to give you any benefits. Like this one. See, this is going to give me morale boost even though I already have maximum. A new cemetery, one of many that have appeared in the area. Most of the dead have not been identified, their graves unnamed. Our soldiers have requested that we light candles in their honor. Are you willing to set aside a sum from our coffers for this purpose, your grace? Yes, without a shade of doubt, for sure. Okay. They're really, I don't think so. Blood spikes at all.
When screams suddenly burst from the prisoner transport. In a moment, Meve bore witness to a truly macabre sight. The Nilfgaardian captives, to whom she had recently been merciful, lay dead, massacred in cold blood among the camp's tents.
What the hell happened?
Blasted all.
Seed the queen, looking at the bloodied corpses. Those responsible for the deed, peasants from the quarry at Ravencloft, Meve had welcomed into her ranks. The harm they'd endured from Nilfgaardians wielding whips. This was what had festered in their hearts and minds. The Rivians couldn't accept that their oppressors had gone unpunished. So they took matters into their own hands, in defiance of the queen.
Can't do that.
Fiends, not folk!
Cried the peasants, now armed and in uniform.
They was owed this! Plain and simple.
It had been justice by a mob, and Meve knew it should not go unpunished. Yet at the last, ignoring her advisor's counsel, she left the former slaves' fate for their commanders to decide. For the queen had grown weary of choosing between two evils, each one darker than the other.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. Oh,
Meve
no,
noticed
come on,
one of her scouts, a certain Corporal Larkin, halt his mount and train his gaze on the woods.
Your Grace, I thought I heard something.
I wanted to go down the other way first.
Whisper.
This
Maybe,
doesn't really matter.
Nothing now.
I know, right? Seriously,
It's all gone
Dizzy.
quiet. I think I might have imagined it, in fact.
Imagined.
Meve placed her hand on his shoulder.
No one has sharper senses than you. If you claim to have heard something, it's worth a closer look.
Corporal Larkin saluted, then rode past the trees. Suddenly in shadow, he keenly scanned his surroundings. something caught his attention. He dismounted, then brushed aside ferns, exposing tracks made in the mud.
Your Majesty!
He shouted, quickly turning towards the road.
Sound the alarm! It's Scoia'tael!
An arrow whisked through the air, pierced his throat, and suddenly
Well,
silenced
crap.
him. Then the forest came alive with cries in the Elder tongue. Elves on the attack.
Jeez, man. The battle for naught. The battle for naught. Meve cursed under her breath. Did Scoia'tael hatred know no bounds? The war had already been lost. Nilfgaard, who had supported their cause against the northern kingdoms, had retreated beyond the Yaruga. By attacking the Queen's army, the elves must have known there stood nothing to gain. That is, other than the heads of enemy Doine. Yep. It's interesting, the battle for naught.
It's a trap! 2 arms!
Got business for me?
See, these shortened battles means that I don't have to save anything. I can just use all my stuff. So. Okay. Cooldown is 1, huh?
I smell a leak.
Alright.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Oh, yeah. The Nilfgaardians don't give a damn about
May your
them.
sword and arm be one.
Looking to dance, mate?
There you go.
None shall tread on us!
You know, I've noticed that, knock on wood, they don't use that much with effects as much as I might have expected. Like, you know, row effects like what I use. They get it occasionally, but not a whole lot, actually. Which is interesting.
Now we will see who is weak!
Yes, we will. Looks like the answer is you. Music's great in this game, too, as always. Okay, let's see. Your bonds here. Alright.
The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
Let's try.
Death to humans!
Death to humans! I mean... Yeah, but I mean, Frost would be okay, right? Thanks. Thanks for the tonic. 79-0. I'll take that.
Stop! We surrender!
Join the club.
The Scoia'tael fighters stood no chance against Meve. When the sounds of battle finally ceased, the Queen, victorious, tossed aside her arrow-studded shield. She then ordered the commando's leader brought before her. She'd expected a ranter who would turn up his nose, spit in her face, and cry, "Death to all Dwan!" But the bloodied elf before her was no arrogant firebrand. He averted his gaze, and his lips gently trembled.
While my guitar... What's up, Dango? How you doing?
Youthful you look, elf. How many summers to you? 30?
And why do you have a
More?
ribbon in front of your face? Can you please move the...
27, my lady.
27. A wonderful age. A shame to die so young.
I beg you, Renna. For mercy, I ask. If not for me, then at the least for...
Mercy? You jest. You wait in ambush, come at us like bandits, and now you dare ask for mercy.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that, Dingo.
It was no ambush.
Hopefully you can enjoy yourself with us for a little while.
Don't play me for a fool. I know what I saw, and I'm no stranger to warcraft.
It's not you we wished to fight. Sverre.
Then who killed Corporal Larkin, Werebubs?
When we saw you on the high road, we fell back and hid in the wood. We wanted you to pass. Your scout's hearing, very keen. He heard something, then spotted our tracks. You must understand. We had no choice.
Eh.
You know you might have surrendered.
Like Dristan's commando. Is that what you mean? They laid down their arms before an Edirnian general, who ordered them hanged. One and all. If we're to die, we prefer to die bows and swords in hand.
Why are you here? Were you to rescue Epdahi?
Rescue someone? No, Renna. We flee. The Nilfgaardians have realized they'll lose the war and have renounced us. Without their support, we stand no chance. Demavend has loosed his hounds. They hunt our
Release
units
the
one by
hounds.
one. He's offered 50 gold pieces for the head of each Scoia'tael. It's the same in Temeria and Kedwen, if not worse. We wish to join with your Veth's unit, flee together as far as we could. It was our last hope.
Why do you tell me all this?
Because you listen still. You've not ordered me killed, so... you've clearly a heart. Eseth Aina Edu. I beg you. So few of us remain. All tired, all wounded. We pose no threat. Let us leave your realm. Let us flee.
Last time I showed kindness to the elves, it cost me, but I'm gonna do it.
Enough senseless killing for one day. So be it. You're free to leave.
I don't know how to thank you.
How about not attack me again?
Make certain I don't ever regret this decision. 'Twould be thanks enough.
I thank you for your compassion towards me and all my folk.
Now watch my morale of my soldiers.
Me personally unfastened the prisoner's chains as her Lyrians looked on in silence. They did not approve, this was clear. Their displeasure was palpable.
Obviously. Alright, morale. Go ahead. Give me that drop. Give me the drop. Give me the morale drop. I don't have a morale drop yet?
Long live Meve! Long live the Queen! Long live a liberator!
The war nears its end and the Blackclads flee with tails between their legs. The time has come to raise our homeland from the ash and rubble. To those who yet live, take up hammer, saw, and axe, roll your sleeves and set to work. The nation is building its home.
All's left is to drive the Blackclads from Aldersburg, and the war's won. Our Demavend's not bad, but he don't hold a candle to Meve. Our Demavend's not bad.
Okay. Yep, you were right about all the way bottom right down there. Cool. That was a little scary. I was like, we do not want to get stuck. That would be unfortunate. Okay. Spikes never lie. Letter from Commander Leader. Translator from Elder Speech. Ah, I got an achievement. It is burn after reading. Read all Spymaster letters. Nice. Fingil. Nilfgaard has betrayed us. They've told the Nordlings our positions, exposed all our hideouts. The peace treaty will contain no guarantee of amnesty for those surrendering arms. You know what that means. We must flee the northern realms. Take your entire commando to the agreed upon location as fast as you can. I will wait a week, then move east. Irbeth. Okay. Oh, I thought there was a... 15 seconds. This letter was self-destruct, exactly. Alright, let's get up here. Master Nilfgaardians, the time when you could demand, require, and expect has come to an end. My payment is non-negotiable, not the amount nor the currency. Your florins are now worth less than Sedarian coppers. I give you until tomorrow. After that, safe passage to the border will no longer be possible due to Queen Meave's approach from the south. X. Yep. It's all coming up Millhouse. Yeesh.
Within all anew, treat yourself to our new view, for a better future through and through. First foundations hoist the walls, then we'll revel in its halls. Everyone's doing their part to rebuild the homeland. Everyone's doing their part to rebuild the homeland.
The homeland. Okay. Alright. Oops, wait. Right, exactly. King Demoven's camp.
Side by side, we'll kick those blackclads across the Yaruga.
Yaruga.
Long live Eden! Long live Rivia! Long live Hyrule! Lyria!
Long live Hyrule!
Long live Eden! Long live Rivia! Long live Hyrule! Lyria!
Imagine the royalty payments they had to make, chat, for that. Imagine the royalty payments. Wow, look at this. Look at that. Damn. That's pretty sweet. Dude, that Mana Triforce.
The Lyrian Corps neared Aldersburg, and it could not have been on a more idyllic day.
The castle of Demavend, which is where
Sun
the last of the
birds
Nilfgaardian
sang,
invaders are.
Trees rustled in a light breeze. But Meve saw it as she had at the war's start. Walls illumined by a fire's glow, the cries of fleeing civilians, the stench of burning flesh. As on that day, Aldersburg was under siege. Yet this time, Eden's flags fluttered in the field, while Nilfgaard's tattered sons crowned the fort's towers. The Queen found Demavend's tent without difficulty. Made of sheets of silk edged with silver thread, it positively shone.
Seems the realm's restored to a virtuous path,
muttered Meve.
Aha! There she is! Queen Meve, savior of the North.
What's up, Demavend?
The Sun's Slayer.
Mockery I don't appreciate.
I wouldn't dare. Not my words, those. You've been painted thus in song. Master Dandelion himself wrote a ballad, The Battle for the Bridge. If you take the bard at his word, you're as fierce with a blade as any witcher.
Is that jealousy I hear?
To be perfectly honest, Meve, it is. For I hadn't the pluck, nor resolve. And when all the North tucked tail, went to shite, you alone stepped up and bared your fangs. Let it be a lesson for the future to us all.
You called out the future. Tell me, how's your son?
Baldwin. Ah, growing like a weed he is. And a spitting image of his old man.
Good news all, especially given the mother's profession.
She's now Countess Demeretta of Gullet, a lady of the court.
Ooh, your lawful wife must be thrilled.
Hard to say in truth. I've not seen her in some time. Duty keeps me away, you understand.
You work hard, I'm certain. Many a night, too.
You might say so indeed. But enough about me. As we're chirping away like two gossips in the field, do tell me, what a villain.
in the middle of like while things are just.
He's here with me.
Ah. In chains, perhaps?
No. In coronet and robes. We came to an understanding. What's past is past. A lesson for the future? What do you mean?
My dear, this war won't change a bloody thing. Nilfgaard will be Nilfgaard, the North, the North. We'll sign a truce, the Blackclads will turn tail towards home. But the old borders don't satisfy us so.
I'm perfectly satisfied with them, thank you. And I just wish other folk would respect them too.
You're one hell of a warrior, but you're no strategist at all. Your perspective, you've got to broaden it. We cannot allow it to regain strength and spirit, else we'll face another invasion within a decade or two.
I remember reading a book about this called Ender's Game, and
measures are required. Preventive, preemptive, whatever the learned call it. Build an army, a vast one. Wait in ambush. And when they least expect it, break their bloody spine. Just think, if we were to join forces...
Enough. I don't wish to hear it. Won't even entertain the thought. I'll help you take Aldersburg, but then I'll go home, where, God's willing, I'll live to a ripe old
this
age.
is the last fight that we're finally getting up to, Mirinda.
As you wish. We can mount the assault at any time, but... My scouts report a small Nilfgaardian force approaching from the south.
Well,
they've stayed off the
I don't know. You missed the epic
only
final
under
battle
cover
that
of
was not
night.
very...
Escorting someone.
A battle that was... Yeah. I wasn't very happy with it.
Who?
I've no notion. Could be a mage. Devilishly unpredictable, that lot. Could wreak havoc in our ranks. Either way, before we rush at the walls, we must make certain they don't reach Aldersburg at all.
I shall see to it.
Are you sure? You've just arrived. Must be weary after the long journey.
An understatement if I ever heard one. But I wish all this to be over, quickly.
Niamh set out after the Nilfgaardians immediately, a cavalry escort in tow. Her unmatched scouts, who had led the army through the mountains of Mahakam and Angren swamps, quickly found the enemy's trail.
This way, Your Grace. There's not far now.
That very same day, Niamh's force caught up to the mysterious black-clad unit. Lyrian riders surrounded the foe, forcing the Nilfgaardians to halt. All fell so quiet, the creaking of taut Lyrian bowstrings could be discerned.
Man. Freaking, how much did this guy, the narrator, like, I hope you got paid overtime. It's true, Spikes.
The common tongue. Which of you knows it?
I do, Your Majesty.
You also know who you deal with, I see. What is your name?
Kaldvin, Your Majesty.
At last. A Nilfgaardian name I can pronounce. So, Kaldwin. It seems this war will reach its end in 2 days' time at the most. 'Twould be silly to die today, wouldn't you agree?
It would, milady.
Precisely. I've spilled enough blood. I've lost the appetite for more. So, provided you don't give me a good reason to kill you, you'll walk away with your lives. Now tell me. You carry something for General Ebdahi. What is it?
A letter.
Urgent to the point of insanity, it must be. Who wrote it? The dear Madam Ebdahi?
No, Your Majesty. The Emperor.
My. A letter from Emir himself. You must be an important person. A noble, or...
Is this thing a bomb?
Yet your uniform is simple, with no discernible distinctions. Who are you truly, Kaldwin? A spy?
A simple messenger, Your Majesty.
Don't lie. I know messengers, how they travel. Alone, armorless, atop a swift steed. You're escorted by cavalry of the heavy sort.
For I often carry orders the recipients don't wish to perform, thus the escort.
Give me the letter.
I've sworn to deliver it to General Ebdahi, or to die in the quest to do so.
Then you will die.
Oh, very well. My translator shall read this letter, then return it to you. You shall break no vow, and who knows? You might even survive.
And if I refuse?
Guess.
So be it. I accept your offer.
Meave's translator cracked the seal and read. And as he read, his eyes grew wide as saucers. Then he whispered in the Queen's ear.
Truly, and you're certain you're not mistaken. The wonders of this world. Coldwyn, consider this your lucky day. I allow you to complete your mission with one proviso.
I wonder what it is.
And that is?
That when you hand him the letter, you will give the General my regards.
As Caldwin and escort set off towards Aldersburg, the Lyrian soldiers looked at their queen with disbelief. To leave a Nilfgaardian to fulfill a secretive task. Meave failed to stifle a rather mean laugh. They'll understand tomorrow, she thought.
Interesting.
General Epdahi had prefaced Lyria's and Rivia's invasion with a series of arrogant demands. The Nilfgaardian had been impudent, as he had felt sure he'd achieve a quick and decisive victory. Yet several months on, he too received an ultimatum. One signed by Emperor Emir var Emreis himself. The missive was concise and left no room for interpretation.
To kill himself?
With General Epdahi dead,
wow.
the Nilfgaardian army descended into chaos. The kings of the north,
wow.
united, took advantage and struck at the foe. Their victory was complete. The Nordling forces cheered their commanders and monarchs, but for none so vehemently as the one queen among them. Many dream of achieving the impossible. Meave had done it. Through wit, determination, and boldness, she had thwarted the Nilfgaardian invasion. The queen would rule for many more years. Stern, yet ever just.
Ah! So a lass saved the North from the Blackclads?
That is one way to put it.
Well, I'll be damned. And a chap, she find herself one in the end?
Leave it be. Bloke's been spinning the tale all night. Story's done. Time we got some shut-eye.
Yes. Particularly as we've yet a long road before us.
Wait.
Phew. Throat must be parched as old leather after all that. Except, I'm itching to know what happened to the lot of them. Reynard, Gascon.
Ah, very well. Whom shall we start with? Willem? He worked hard to regain his mother's trust and respect. Took on many daring missions, regardless of the risks. The lad who Nilfgaard had wielded as a tool now sowed terror along its borders, and appeared a successor most worthy of Meave. Meave spared no expense in bidding Gascon farewell. His peer lords themselves bore the casket, and soldiers in parade dress beat the funeral drums. The Duke of Dogs, a marauder, was interred with honors befitting the truest of royals.
I'm sorry about Gascon.
Though Nilfgaard owed its defeat chiefly to Meave, in the Empire her name was uttered with utmost respect. Returning soldiers spoke in awed tones of her courage and generosity, referring to her as Gwaedin, the tenacious one. With the advent of peace, tensions waned. Lyria's and Rivia's disparate races seemed to live harmoniously, side by side. The Queen pressed for new laws aimed at curbing oppression. They were a step towards more enlightened rule, yet sadly were habitually broken.
Doesn't mean they're not worth doing.
Meave? As I said, she ruled with an iron hand, not fist. Reynard ever at her side, tempering, supportive. No longer a general and trusted advisor, he had to the Queen become something more. Much, much more. And now, if you'd allow me...
Course. Leave him be, lads. Let him get some rest. Till the time comes for the next tale.
Achievement unlocked. Thronebreaker campaign is finished. I was a little anticlimactic at the end. But we did it, people. Thronebreaker complete. So the only thing that was just slightly off to the side, The only thing was just that last fight against Ebdahi. Everything else about this game I loved. So normally what we do after we finish a game like this is that I normally let the credits roll and then I talk about what I thought. I thought this game was great. I thought strategically the card game was a lot of fun. There were so many different things, different kinds of battles, from having to drink someone under a table to like infiltrating a palace to straight up regular battles, that I liked that. I thought the graphics were beautiful. The music was great. There are many different endings that you could get depending on what you did throughout the story. The story, of course, what we do on the show is focus on story and narrative, and I thought the story was excellent. Voice acting was great. Music, obviously, is great. Very polished, a very polished performance. Pretty much bug-free. I don't think I had a single crash. So in general terms, I would say that I thought this game was really, really excellent. It was not all perfect. The difficulty was a little uneven with some of the battles that were like super easy, a couple battles that were harder, and then of course that last battle was just way out of bounds. As I said, that was the one thing that I'm like, wait, what? But in general, I thought the difficulty was fine, except a couple of unevenness there. The other thing was that the resources were a problem in that there were too many of them. There was a certain point, basically I think about maybe a third of the way through the next to last map, where I had every single building built and every single resource, and like resources were not a problem the rest of the way. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem with that because I like games where you eventually become so powerful that you just obliterate people, because I like the idea of building up over time. But I can see some people thinking to themselves, it's not, there is a point where the resources become almost pointless. Like, why am I collecting resources in that last map? If you don't have your camp completely finished by then, you've been doing something wrong. And you could also just like jump through. The other thing is you don't have to do side quests. You really could just blow through it if you wanted and do it a lot faster than I did. But I took my time, and in the end, this is going to end up being about 45, 46 hours. So I didn't think that it outstayed its welcome. I thought that it handled things pretty well. I thought the swamp level had a couple of battles that maybe a few too many normal battles. I might have cut those down a little bit just to sort of speed up through. But in general, I really like this. So for me, I would say this was like an 8 out of 10. I really like Thronebreaker. I listed this on my Games of the Year as being in the top 5 from last year because I hadn't finished it yet, obviously. And now, having had the chance to go through it, I think that was accurate, and that was great. So it was about 45 hours, I think. Once we're done with this, I'll be able to tell you exactly. But I played through. I played it pretty completely. Like, I think I got all but maybe one chest. I got every single resource pile. I did every single side quest. I didn't turn away from anything. The only thing I didn't do is get through that last battle. I had to skip that last battle, which sucks. That's the only thing I'm disappointed with. But I really liked it. And you can still do a lot of you can almost play it as like a choose your own adventure, really, without having to go through those battles. So if you're not into the card game side of it, you can definitely do that. I think the reason that the game ultimately maybe didn't succeed as well as it could have in some cases is simply because it's got a little bit of a niche feel to it. People love The Witcher, but they love The Witcher as an RPG, not necessarily The Witcher as the Witcher card game. And Gwent is kind of its own sort of niche thing also. A lot of the chests were getting things for the multiplayer game that I was like, I don't, I don't really need, like, I'm not going to play Gwent multiplayer, or not very much. But this was something where, for someone like me who's kind of neutral on card games, I love Slay the Spire, and I've had some other card games that I've liked, but a lot of card games I'm like, meh. For someone who's kind of neutral on it, I think this really actually played through very well. And I like the fact that the choices were ones you could make. I like the characters. I thought the Queen was a really good protagonist, but I enjoyed the characters. I liked the fact that there was opportunity for, sometimes letting someone go, sometimes not. And sometimes, real choices. Like, I ended up taking Barnabas, and that meant that I lost Ike. And Ike, the monster guy, was still the best. Like, he was my best card the entire time and would have remained that way. So having the opportunity to, make a choice that had an effect on my mechanical part of the game, was what it was. Plus, if you like The Witcher, the December batch made the game harder. Ivo of Bellhaven. That's who it was. Yeah, Likey. That's right. That's right. That's the other thing I wanted to say is that if you are a fan of The Witcher, if you're a fan of the universe, then you're just going to eat this up. You know, I mean, there's so many references that get made, not only to aspects of it. You do get to see Geralt. You do get to see the Witchers. You do get a quick look-see with Dandelion. So you get some of that stuff in. You don't get anything with Triss or with... oh God, who's the other one? Yennefer. But I mean, you do get, you get a lot of the other stuff there. So there's a lot of little Easter eggs in there for people who are Witcher fans. And so, yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm very glad that I played it. I'm very glad that you all sort of joined me with it, and that it was a good time for everybody. And I even got to save Hyrule. Yes, and I even got to save Hyrule. That's exactly right. So we're going to let the credits roll, and then we've got about another half hour, and I may give a shot to, I'm going to have to install it first, but I'm going to have to give a shot to the next game I'm going to play, which is The Occupation. Now, I need to explain a little bit about why I decided on this. I'm not convinced that I'm going to keep playing The Occupation. It kind of depends how I feel, but I've been thinking about doing a couple of other cool, like, spy games. By the way, very, very good stuff from all of these folks, like really, really cool cast, etc. You have to save Hyrule. I might, Miranda, because, well, but that's sort of hard to say, because, like, if you take away the story from a lot of games, I don't think the games do well afterwards. They can, they can succeed in certain circumstances, but I think that when it's hard. You pull away the story and you lose a lot of the effect of it. So I probably wouldn't give it as high praise, no. But part of what I liked about it was the amazing, story, the excellent story that came out of it. And I still liked the gameplay a lot. I liked the gameplay. I thought the cards, there was a lot of variety in the card battles and stuff like that. So exactly. Same, Dango, same. I'm in it for the story, honestly. And, you can have a good story and lousy gameplay, but this had actually, I think, very good gameplay, challenging gameplay, in a lot of cases, too challenging at the end, but, and a good story to boot, so. But I'm going to be playing The Occupation because I wanted to do some sort of spy-related stuff. I like the kind of feel of what The Occupation looked like. The other game that I found that I did not realize that GOG had was a game that I absolutely adored back in the early 90s, and that was, or maybe mid-90s, and that was the game Spycraft. I didn't realize that we had it, honestly, and when I found out, I'm like, oh my gosh, Pyron Jade, please, please, please. So I'm going to be playing The Occupation. If I like it, I'm going to play it all the way through and finish it. Then I'm going to do Spycraft, and then I swear by all that is holy, I will finally go back to Pathfinder Kingmaker, and then finally we'll go back to Divinity Original Sin 2. It's really nothing against those other games, it's just these other games have really grabbed me more. And when I play Pathfinder Kingmaker, I don't want to be disappointing to anybody, but I'm not interested in the king rule stuff at all. So I'm just basically going to be setting the kingdom to whatever, invincible and automatic and whatever. I don't want to think about it at all. I want to play a role-playing game. I don't want to play a strategy game. So I'm going to enjoy doing that. But regardless, that's something which I want to save for after I've had a chance to do these other ones. So Occupation and then this. And I'm really meaning spies, not so much tactical espionage. Yeah, I'm not, I've seen Mark and the Ninja, that's cool, but that's not really what I'm thinking about. My jam for something like this is more like actual, Cold War era Jason, or Jason Bourne, type stuff. I do have a soft spot in my heart for spy stuff, so, but yes, so that's the order. Next week, of course, is going to be D&D with GOG, Storm King's Thunder. But then after that, we're going to continue with The Occupation. Again, if I don't like The Occupation, I reserve the right to give it a miss after having tried it. And then I will move into Spycraft. And then once that's finished, we'll move back into Pathfinder. So that is the plan. Yes, Miranda, it is. It is. For example, some of you may know about the game Alpha Protocol. I really like Alpha Protocol. That is my jam. I mean, there's serious issues with Alpha Protocol in terms of bugs and stuff, but I still really like that game, and they just never did anything else like that. And I'm just like, where are those spy games? I want more spy games, basically is what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's okay, though, Ziandor. I don't really care. I don't particularly care about items and objects anyway. I care about story. So I'm sure that I will miss little aspects of story here and there, and I'll miss certain great objects and items. I don't care. Sometimes I like playing a monk in some things, so I don't have to worry about the stupid weapons and armor. Like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. If I'm playing where I get an awesome weapon or armor, that's great, but that's not really my interest. So, yeah, Phantom Doctrine does look pretty good. Phantom Doctrine, actually, I'm going to be playing on my own stream, which is going to be fun. I'm actually looking forward to that. But, yeah. Yeah, Alpha Protocol's got serious issues, but it's a great game. I really love it. No, it's not. You can get it, I think, on Steam, I think. I hate to use the S word, but yeah, I love Story of Living Gold Goblin. Give me all the loot. I mean, again, like if I come across loot that's awesome, obviously that's great. But for example, if I'm playing in a given role-playing game like Grim Dawn, right, which is a game that is on GOG, I've been enjoying playing a little bit of Grim Dawn, but honestly, the loot part of Grim Dawn, you know, I don't mind getting loot, but I hate crafting. Like, crafting bores me to tears. So I just want to be able to, you know, find treasure and, like, have that improve my character. But honestly, if it gets in the way of just the story, I'd rather just have a good story, you know, and not have to worry about anything else. So, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, some of those tactical espionage games, things like, Splinter Cell and that type of stuff that you're talking about, those are fine, you know. I liked some games of that sort. I even liked the sort of espionage games or sort of tactical stealth games like Thief, and I love the Thief series. So, I mean, I like that stuff a lot, but I like that, but I also like the kind of spy. In fact, I have a novel, Greyshade, and I don't want to talk about this too much, but I've wanted to talk to people about other possible game-related aspects of that world. And I would love to see, essentially, an actual Assassin's Creed stealth game. So not Assassin's Creed sort of faux stealth, and I like Assassin's Creed, but it's not real stealth. An actual, honest-to-God thief game with assassins. I would love to see something along those lines. Right. Right, see, and I don't know that I would ever play, like, I'm not sure, Tukanjia, that I would ever play Grim Dawn beyond the campaign. Like, I feel like I would play it and be like, good, I'm done. Stick to Phantom Doctrine? What do you mean? Oh, I'm going to be playing Phantom Doctrine on my channel, but what do you mean, Echo? Stick to it. Excuse me. Oh. Ah, yes. Why, thank you for mentioning that, Dango. Yes, the Forbidden Library, my Kickstarter is now up to 10,680. 362 backers. So we have, I think, actually, this is now our best day of the Kickstarter. This is even better than our opening day. Certainly it is in terms of backers, and I think it may be even with the amounts. So we're doing real well. So anyone who wants to jump on board, feel free to click that link, which that one didn't come from me. That was all Dango Kitty. You all saw it. That wasn't me. Thank you, Dango. I appreciate it. First person would only ruin the experience. Well, again, but so you can have Assassin's Creed the way you like it, but I do think that a first-person assassin game that is, again, based around stealth would be awesome. I humbly disagree with you. If you're saying that Assassin's Creed type games are only good as Assassin's Creed type games, I disagree completely. I think that there's a very real world that could work for something like Thief. Except it's for Thief, but in an assassin universe instead. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to mess with your Assassin's Creed series. You can do what you like with Assassin's Creed, but as I said, Assassin's Creed is faux stealth. It's not real stealth anyway. Real stealth is stuff like Thief, Deadly Shadows, the Styx game, some of you have heard of. That I think it's Styx, right? The Goblin, the one with the Goblin stealth thing, that's also stealthy, so yeah. Only Canadian dollars. No. We didn't get to 10K early this morning. We got to 10,000. We got to 10,000 by the time I was streaming. So we definitely were there by maybe like, I guess it could be maybe like 10 o'clock, I guess. Maybe, Echo. Maybe you're right. Yeah, I don't remember. Styx, no, Nani. Yeah, exactly. See, Paranoid's got it right. A Dark Messiah assassin type game. Exactly. And I like Dark Messiah Might and Magic a lot. Actually, you know a game that is somewhat close to this, or at least could be, is Dishonored. I like Dishonored. It's still not really quite medieval-ish enough to kind of get back to the realm that I'm talking about, because Dunwall is a different kind of world. But it's great. I mean, I love Dishonored 1 and 2. I really liked it a lot. But yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. Uplink, I don't think I'm familiar with. I'm not sure. I don't know if I know about Uplink, or maybe I've heard it, but I don't remember it. I'm not actually sure. I am not certain. Oops, sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't forget. Oh, darn it. I want to take away our lovely music. Cold War. But yeah, if you like this game, folks, definitely make sure to pick it up. Again, I think it's a good game, and it took me longer than I originally expected to complete it, but I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I played it. And again, just a lot of polish. It's a game, I think, that's surprising because it's more polished than you might expect it to be, I think is the way to describe it. Oh, yes. That's right. Yeah, I forget who... Somebody played that on here, didn't they? Didn't someone play it on GOG, I think? I don't know. The text-only hacking thing, it might be 8-bit. Wasn't it 8-bit that played it? I feel like the text thing is maybe... I mean, I certainly do a lot with text games, but I'm not sure that's my thing. I don't know that I really want a hacker game. I mean, like, some hacking is cool, but, like, I don't know. But unraveling a conspiracy is good. I'm all about that. If I can unravel a conspiracy, it's a good day. I'm all about unraveling conspiracies. Yeah, I want to be... Right, exactly. I want to be James Bond, so I want variety. And again, Alpha Protocol is similar to this because there's different things that you have to do. You infiltrate. There is some, combat that goes on, but a lot more stealth. There is a lot of stuff where you're actually, talking to people to sort of get information while not blowing your cover. Yeah. So that kind of thing. Again, like I say, think Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne is a good example. There's some hacking going on there, right? But not exclusively. Or if you know the TV show The Equalizer, which is awesome. The Equalizer was actually an inspiration for my book, Grey Shade. Maybe Hitman. That's closer. And that's the problem, Marinda, right? That's exactly the problem. Oh my god, Gwent pets. They have Gwent babies and Gwent pets. They have a pet called Mjolnir. Nice. Darksaber played it? Okay. Yeah, Hitman's possible. But Hitman is, again, Hitman's more modern, though. I mean, like, well, I shouldn't say that. For the spy game, I guess Hitman. But I kind of would like a medieval assassin game and a modern spy game. Like, that's kind of that would be the sweet spot for me. Okay. Congratulations. Victory is yours. The Nilfgaardian Empire has been defeated and driven from the Northern Realms. Okay, so just about 44 hours it took. 57 quests, 36 standard battles completed, 37 puzzles completed, 40 out of 42 chests found, 438 crates found, 27 recruits conscripted, 23 shrines illuminated. This is pretty close to a complete playthrough. Pretty close. The only thing I didn't do is, again, finish that final battle, so it probably would have been about 44 and a half hours. But, Good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, 43 hours. And just because I'm curious, yeah, see now according to Galaxy, it was 48 hours and I did 89% of the game according to them. Oh, and actually, you know what? Okay, so here we go, chat. What do you think was the so I got a bunch of common achievements, but I got one rare achievement that only 6.8% of people got. What do you think it was? What was the only rare achievement that I got? Yeah, that's true. I got all but... I didn't get obtain all weapons. I didn't get end around with a score of over 300. I didn't get one big happy family, own at least one copy of each non-Reynard, non-Gascon unit. And I didn't get secret achievement. Skipping the last battle. Very funny, Paranoid. Very funny. It was burn after reading. Read all Spymaster letters. Only 6.8% of players did that. So that was my one rare achievement. They have this in 4K graphics? Wow. Okay. Okay. All right, we are going to uninstall this now because we don't need it. All right, and now what we're going to do is, because I got about 15 minutes, so we're going to see, oh, I already have this already. Okay, so let me do a couple things here. First of all, let me just make a note to myself. Should let my daughter try the final battle. That last, oh my God, Stephnos, that last battle though. What the flip, man. Okay, so, all right, we're going to try about 15 minutes or so of the occupation, which I already have installed. So we're going to put that up there. So we're going to try that. I don't know how this is going to run, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Let's do it. Okay. All right, here we go. First time, never played it before. Never played the occupation. Occupation uses an in-game save feature. All right. Now again, I don't promise to finish this. All right, let's take a look at video. Let's set this up properly. Okay, right. We don't want full screen. I think it was like... Yeah, windowed full screen is what we want. Yeah. Lovely. Okay, let's get the audio going. I'm going to drop that down to half. Okay. All right, let's see how that does. Let's give it a shot. English, yes, invert. Okay, let's do it. This is not... I just finished Thronebreaker, Marquisor. This is literally just me starting about 10 minutes or so of playing of... what do you call it? Of playing the occupation. So I just finished Thronebreaker. Just completed it. So let's do it. Thank you, Marquisor. Thank you. 1833. The fight. All right, sounds good. Thanks, Dango.
What the hell have you done?
Scarlet, please, sit down.
Sit down! Do you think taking my children's going to stop me?
Stop you from doing what exactly?
Where did you take them?
This is far more important right now.
More important
We
than...
need stability. The country needs stability, and this act provides that. Work with me.
This country needs its freedom. Michael wouldn't have agreed to this. He's the one that started this act, and he did it.
Michael is dead. This country is a far different place than it was 3 years ago, Scarlet. There's rioting in the streets, for God's sake. We need tighter security now more than ever.
Seems like a little loud.
People on our doorstep want to hurt us.
I'll turn it down in a bit.
I can't allow that.
That's not your decision to make. The people need to know that their government is lying to them, and you can't threaten me into silence on this.
You can't see this right now, but you don't have another choice here.
Charles?
Open the file.
Got like a V for Vendetta feel. Nice. A white paper game. Presented by Humble and sold out. Sold out games. Created in Unreal Engine.
Knowing what I know now, would I do it all again? Someone gets hurt either way, I suppose. But I did what I thought was right at the time.
What do you think about the volume, folks?
That's all anyone can do, isn't it?
Loud or not? So, loud? Volume is good on this end? Because it felt a little loud to me. Basically okay? Alright. Okay, so shift is run.
Mullen was terrible at remembering to lock windows. I wonder if he ever realised his role in all of this.
ID card, pick up. Okay. Silhouette for all BOG workers from Charles Bowman. Date Friday the 10th of April, 1987. When I was a sophomore in high school. As you're all aware, the files on this... No, freshman in high school. As you're all aware, the files on the Silhouette server contain highly confidential files that cannot be leaked at the Union Act press event tomorrow. Please keep security tight and stay vigilant. Take Silhouette disk from Charles Bowman's office and insert into the server in Alex Dubois' workshop to transfer file clues. I have a copy of the Silhouette server password in my office in case I forget it. Charles Bowman. All right. Oh, there's a thunderstorm going on outside. So outside there's just this as I was like doing it. That's pretty cool.
No floppy disks detected. Keycards were beginning to restrict everyone's access. Having the correct level of security clearance was important.
Interesting. Okay.
Steve, the fuse box for Charles Bowman's office is playing up.
What, again?
Don't worry, maintenance are going to be on it first thing in the morning. If it trips again, just leave it. No need us running up and down the stairs every 10 minutes for a false alarm.
Steve and Dan were on patrol that evening. Both good men.
Okay, roger that. Makes my life easier anyway.
That's not me telling you to take a break, Steve. You still have a job to do.
Yes.
If they caught me up there, they wouldn't believe what I was doing.
Yeah, of course.
No problem. I'll be in the lobby if you need me.
But I had no intention of being caught.
Okay. Yeah, this is 80s.
People were still researching union law. Too little, too late.
All rights to legal representation regarding the individual, not limited to the individual, may be suspended for up to 48 hours, uninclusive of the time taken to obtain said individual. The time is referred to as the grace period. Grace period can last for, but not limited to, 12 hours. If new charges are brought to light within the allotted 12 hours, then a new reinstated grace period, see GM Addendum, page 742, Act 23, Section G, thank you for the follow, will come into effect, replacing the previous grace period. When said reinstated period is enforced, remaining time of the original prescribed 12 hours, rounded up to the nearest hour, can be held in reserve and to be used in addition to the acting grace period if required. Legal rights to representation in classical usage remains unaltered in definition as long as the individual is accompanied by a pre-union law official. Any individual obtained under such conditions may be required. Interesting. All right. Can I? Oh, wait. There we go. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I know, Grumpy Monk. I just didn't switch it over because I'm finishing up in about 5 minutes. I'm just starting it out. I just finished Thronebreaker. I just won it like 5 minutes ago. So, cigarettes. This is the Occupation, and this is going to be the next game that I'm going to be doing on Pen and Pixels here. Not next Tuesday because I'm playing D&D with the GOG team. But starting the Tuesday after, I'll be playing this. So this is just me getting a feel for it. Thank you, Catpig. Yeah, I'll be adjusting it. Oh, thank you, Takanji. Thank you, man.
The guard patrol was quite loose at the facility, at least before all of this. They wouldn't be back anytime soon. It's not going to let me get through. Yes, I believe that's right. But I'm actually doing a series of it. No one's here. No one's here. Whoops. The Silhouette server housed hundreds of files on the Union Act. Immigrant families, voting preferences, you name it.
Wow, I am digging this. Silhouette. Target launch, 11th April. Oh my god, what's today? Guys, the Target launch is in 2 days! 2 days! Silhouette. Charles says this is an issue. Bugs. Can't remove user once added. Charles says this is an issue. Investigate more. Backing up information without switching off all circuits in the system causes a failure. Panic? Yeah. Got me a token. Whoops. Got like answering machines and like Hi, Marion. Sorry, I had no idea. I had to wipe out for the day. I shouldn't really be doing this, but Charles Bowman's door code is 5959. If you leave your completed work form on my desk, I'll get it signed off first thing in the morning. Gary. Interesting. So you can only get one thing at a time. That's interesting. Karaoke. Server can be found in Alex Du Bois's workshop. Yeah, I know about that. Okay. Please insert boot disk. Where did it say the boot disk was? Silhouette disk. Did I ever get that? Did I? So, Charles Bowman, was that the office that I started at? Oh, really? Okay, that's cool, Likey.
I missed a phone call from Michael that night. Should have. I wish.
Wow, the voice acting in this is great. Government grant, 125 million £1,000. Donations to corporations, I can't read that. Total cost of advertising campaign. 3-step business plan. Gain public trust by framing the Union Act as good for jobs in Britain. Deport any undocumented immigrants and restructure economy to support British workers. Wow. Life imitating art. Opening keynote, presentations, including Alex Dubois. The same thing, I assume? Yeah. It's unfortunate. I wonder if I was supposed to have Charles Bowman's thing and I never did. Would be most unfortunate if I messed that up and didn't get it. Ah, that's my office, I think. Etch a sketch. Damn it. There we go. Alex, I've just been notified by the system that you sent the Silhouette server password in the Bowman building to SPUF7. All of these plain text documents, am I right, chat? I must insist you change this, as it will be easy for someone to guess for anyone that knows about your family. Please destroy this document once you've updated your password. Sincerely, Osmond Ciardewall, engineer of the Meta Center. SPUF7.
The days before all this nonsense began. Simpler times.
All right. Aha! Michael's stuff. All right. Locked. Yeah. That's true. That would be bad. Yeah. All right, let me get out of here and get back up onto that floor where I think I'm supposed to have gone in the first place to get this disc that apparently I didn't get. Early webcams, basically. Hmm. Okay.
Some of the lifts were temperamental. You'll have to learn your way around when you're there. I wonder if Steve ever got that role he trained so hard for.
Pharaoh Projections, phone ringing, answer phone beep. Deckard, hey, it's no, listen. It's just God, I really don't think you should go to that place. Look, do you know how they view you? Just another piece of meat to be abused. Don't go tonight. I don't think they care. They want you dead. Pause. Do you know how they view you? Just another patient. Please don't go tonight. I'm frickin' scared for you and for me. So like an actor role type of thing. Okay. Well, this is cool, folks, but I do have to be heading out. But that looks like it's going to be interesting. That looks like that looks like that's promising. I'm looking forward to giving that a shot and doing that. It'll be good times. All right, let me... Yes, I know about the in-game save feature. Thank you. I also know that it's time to exit. Yes, I'm sure. Cool. Got it. Cool. Lovely. All right, folks. Well, that is going to do it for me. This was a great time. I enjoyed very much getting a chance to play Thronebreaker for all of you. We won it. Success. And we are on to the next game finally. So the Occupation is going to be up next, but not next week. Next week is D&D with GOG, Storm King's Thunder, and then the week after that, we will get into the Occupation. But thanks, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Please, if you haven't already done so, follow the channel, GOG. Please make sure to sub to us as well. We really appreciate that. Please also check out all of our individual channels and stuff. We got a lot of subs and Patreon stuff and all that going on our individual channels as well. And please as well, if you get the chance, please make sure to check out this, that Forbidden Library, which I've got, which is right now sitting at 10,680 and 362 backers. Feeling very good about that. and I'm hoping that we can continue to push forward with that. It would be great. But thank you all. Sorry I got a little frustrated with the end battle, that last battle, but we got through it. It was fine. Good game. Really happy that I played it. As for me, I'll be back on my channel. Emberwind, the tabletop role-playing game, will be played on my channel on Thursday. And then, of course, Friday, I will be back on my own channel playing some sorcery. Also, in case anyone's curious, Friday is actually my Twitch-iversary. It is my 7-year Twitch-iversary. I started streaming on Twitch April 12th, 2012. So this Friday is going to be my anniversary for that. So maybe we'll have some fun doing some stuff over there for that. And then I'll be back here for episode 171 of Pen and Pixels on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern as we go back to D&D with GOG. That's it for us tonight. Tomorrow, Biff Skylark will be with you as he plays The Adventures of Van Helsing, so that should be a good time. So you'll want to check him out for that. But that is going to do it for me for now. So thanks, everyone. Congratulations to CDPR for excellent game. Really enjoyed Thronebreaker. And we're done with it. Success. On to the occupation, which will be up next. That's going to do it for that. Thanks, everyone. Much love to everyone, and I will see all of you wonderful people soon. Until next time, everyone be good to each other, and I'll catch y'all soon.